Hey.
Hey Kyle, Noah from Marathon.
Nice to meet you, Noah.
It's great to finally talk in person.
Yep, nice to meet you face to face.
Oh yeah, and I'm excited from your last email that you sent me. You just got married?
Yep, just got married, so it's loving the married life.
Perfect, and how was that honeymoon? I heard it was in the Madagascar actually.
Yeah, we definitely went out there. The wife's a big biologist, so we went out and checked out some of those lemurs.
Yeah, that sounds pretty sweet. But I know we're short on time today.
Mm-hmm.
I believe we agreed on 13 minutes. Does that still work?
Yeah, I can do about 13.
All right, perfect. Now, the purpose of today, and of course we talked about it a little bit over the phone and the emails, is to describe the benefits and the solutions that the Coke Freestyle machine can do for you.
Yeah.
And before we dive into that, and I know you're the business owner here and the store owner, but does anybody else need to be in here in case we come to a decision today?
Nope, I'm the decision maker.
All right, perfect. And do you have any questions about the freestyle machine as of right now?
I wasn't able to, I guess, look at all the specs that you sent me, so maybe I'm not too familiar with it, so maybe we could go over that a little more.
Okay, really nail those specifications then. All right, and at the end of the meeting, what I like to do is implement the next steps if and only if it truly benefits you and it's the solution to some of the problems you're having.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, and the first question I have is, can you tell me a little bit about your role as the store owner since you recently took over?
Yeah, since I've taken over, sometimes I'm behind the counter, and sometimes, if I'm not there, I have usually 1 or 2 employees running the store for me. Anything that can make it so that my employees, that when they're running the store, make them self-sufficient and not have to call me, that's something I'm interested in. But overall, things have been going well. Still doing pretty steady on the fuel sales. Margins on the inside sales, like the snacks and soda, are doing okay, but I think I'd always like to see those a little higher.
Okay, so an increase in your income generation is something you really look forward to?
Yeah.
And if that doesn't increase for you, what would happen later down the road?
Well, I think the competition in this neighborhood has gotten a little tougher lately, so I'd hate to lose some of the customers that have been with us for a while. If we don't diversify or try to improve where we're at now.
In terms of the competition and your store, what do you think they're doing differently from you?
I think they just invest in new things. I think in the past my parents have been a little hesitant to invest in like any chicken or any other offerings on the inside of the store, just because they didn't see it really panning out and were kind of risk adverse. So I think some of the other stores I've heard, the BP down the street is doing pretty well. They put in some stuff that's pretty new. So I guess I'm looking to kind of update the store, but I only want to do something if it's going to pan out well for me in the long term.
All right, so you're just really looking for a good investment to really update your store to compete with those competitors?
Yep.
All right. And then with your competition that you're mentioning, do you think they're taking away some of your foot traffic, some of those loyal customers that you might have?
I think it's kind of hard to tell. If they're not doing so already, they might in the future.
And so what you're saying is, if they take away those customers, and they might already have, or they might in the future, do you see why that would be problematic for you?
Yeah, I mean, if I don't have customers, I'm not getting any money, so.
All right, and is there any other future, investments that you're looking at currently?
Just kind of looking at getting the ball rolling, maybe. There may be things down the line, but right now I think I want to kind of start out relatively small.
All right, and is there anything else that's really keeping you up at night about the store?
Nothing that's really keeping me up. I guess my soda machine now seems to be working fine, but sometimes it's kind of finicky, so sometimes it can clog or jam or break down, and then I'm out of soda sales for the day or however long it takes to get the maintenance people there. All
right, and then do you get hit really bad with your income of revenue when that happens?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to break down. Mainly I hear it from the customers. They're mad that they came to my store specifically to get a Pepsi or a soda or something, and they can't get it now. So.
Right, and then what if that keeps happening for you?
Yeah, it's gonna be a problem for me.
All right, and then would you find value in a machine that's more reliable and easier to use? both for yourself and your customers?
Yeah, I think it definitely helped me sleep better at night.
All right, perfect. Well, I believe the Freestyle machine has great solutions for you, and it's going to benefit you greatly, like the thousands of customers and relationships that we've had with the past gas station owners. And I'd just like to show you that real quick.
Okay.
So you said that you want to go over the specifications of the Freestyle machine, correct?
Yeah, I haven't really ever seen or used one before, so.
Okay, so that's a really good thing that I bring up then. So this is kind of how exactly would work. It's going to be touchscreen just like this, and you're going to pick your favorite flavor. So go ahead and pick your favorite flavor for me.
We'll do Fanta.
All right, and then you can customize that flavor as well. So if you have like a favorite, fruit option, you just press the button. Now, I won't do that in real life, but it'll pour your favorite drink for you.
Okay, wow.
So very easy to use, just 2 buttons usually, unless you want like diet, and you can go down that road as well.
Okay. Oh, I like that. It seems like it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Now, do I need to have a whole bunch of different syrup containers for all of these different options?
So what I'm hearing is you're a little bit concerned about, since there's so many flavors, you have to do so much work.
Yeah, I think having 8 syrup containers right now is already a bit of a hassle, so I don't want to have 80 or 90 different syrup containers.
Yeah, and that's something I would completely understand and be worried about myself hearing about this product. But no, it's very simple. These are the cartridges that you'd be using. You just simply take it out and put one new one back in. It's very simple and easy to use.
Those look a little bit different than the ones I got now, but they look like they're pretty simple. So
yeah, does that kind of answer your pain and problem about the current?
Yeah, I don't want to have more cartridges to have to deal with if they're going to be bulky. So
exactly. But the reason that I think it's going to be a benefit you greatly is because it's going to excite the customers. I mean, if you see the thing, have you seen it before actually?
No.
This is what it looks like right here. I mean, it kind of looks like a rocket ship, right?
Yeah, it's like a new model of soda machine. It's nice.
Yeah, it's straight from the future. But what that's going to do, it's going to excite the customers. Now, I know this is 80 plus, but we're already up to 100 plus flavors.
Oh, wow.
And when you open a pop or a bottle, you get that sound. And then that first 2 sips is the best sips you ever had in your life.
Yeah, nothing better.
Yeah. Now, with the technology that's within the system, you're going to get that constant ratio throughout the whole entire cup of whatever size you have.
Okay, nice. Yeah, sometimes I get an issue with, if we're running low on a certain syrup, I get customers yelling at me, so
yeah.
It's nice to know that.
Yeah, things can get a little flat or taste like ice cream syrup sometimes.
Yeah.
But you won't have to ever worry about that again.
Okay.
Do you see how that could be, really excite the customers and create value for them?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's going to at least make people play around with it and, take a look at it, so.
Exactly. And then what's really great for you is it's going to make it easier. Like I said, with filtering out the new syrups and things like that, it's just a simple solution. But what it's also going to do for you is save you 40% space in the store.
Okay, wow.
So if you're looking for, future investments later down the road, you don't have to cram it in because you have some space saved already with this machine.
It's already pretty tight in there, so that's good to know.
Exactly. And the other thing is that it's going to make it really easy when we install it for you because we have expert servicemen to really take care of that for you. And as well, if anything ever happens, which it very rarely does, we have a 24/7 support team to take care of that.
That's good to know for the people that are on the late night shift. So.
Exactly. And the last thing I want to show you about the making business easier for you is that, and I'll pull it up real quick, it's that you can track your flavors, your syrups, see what's going to run out, see what's your favorite flavor so you make sure you don't ever run out in storage.
Okay.
Pretty cool,
nice.
right?
Yeah, I like that. And I can do that from my phone?
Yeah, you just simply download the app and you can check it when you're on your next honeymoon, right?
Nice. Well, hopefully not a second honeymoon, but.
Yeah. But do you see the value and how that creates for you?
Yeah, it's definitely, like I said, going to help me sleep easier at night, knowing that I can check for my phone if I'm out of soda. So.
All right, perfect. Now I'm going to dive into the meat and potatoes and really tackle the things that you really want to accomplish as a store owner.
Okay.
Like getting that maximizing profits, getting more foot traffic. We kind of talked about that a little bit, and as well, really getting your store updated and competing with the competition. But what you're going to be looking at for your profits, and I'll show you with this as well. These are all the numbers that you sent over to me, so I really appreciate that. Makes my job a little bit easier to explain. but you're going to see a 5% increase in soda sales,
Okay.
along with a 10% increase that you can charge per soda.
Why is that?
Just because the customers are so attracted, so just because they're so attracted that they just want to try out this machine,
Okay.
and there's so many different combinations and flavors.
Okay, yeah, the combinations, yeah, it would make people want to come in, pay a little more, so.
And I mean, it's a little bit better for you in your pocket, right?
Yep, yeah, I like that.
Does that kind of answer your question for you?
Yeah, does it cost more? How much is this gonna cost me?
Exactly. So what you're looking at in cost is an initial investment and then a fixed monthly investment.
Okay,
But let's take a look at the initial investment right away. So it's going to be $3,000. But
Okay.
luckily you're a partner with Marathon and we really value our relationships. So we're going to cover $2,000 if you decide to invest today.
yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, and then additionally with that, if you replace your old soda machine that's breaking down, it kind of looks like an old dinosaur.
Yeah, it is pretty old, it's like 10 years, so.
Exactly. So we're going to, Coke will also help pay for that for $500. And what I found is a lot of people will sell their old machines for $100 or a couple $100 to really help with that initial investment.
Yeah, cover the rest of it, yeah.
Does that kind of answer your problem about the cost?
Yeah, it sounds good. What's the monthly cost you mentioned?
Yeah, the monthly cost is just $200, but after we factor in all of the 5% increase in 10 cents, you still always have a net profit of $106.90.
Okay, yeah, it looks like, yeah.
So does that kind of answer your question about the monthly costing?
Yeah, I think as long as the profits at the end of the day are more than, what I'm paying for it, it makes sense.
Yeah. And the last thing I want to really dive into is that 3% increase in foot traffic.
Okay.
Now, from what we talked over the phone, you said that you're making, $10,000 revenue in your convenience store, right?
Yep.
All right. So what you're looking at then is a 3% increase in that, and that's $300. So
Okay.
at the end of the day, for each month, you're making around $406
Actually,
in net profit in your
yeah,
pocket.
on top of that.
Would you find value in something like that?
Absolutely.
And this is what it kind of looks like and breaks down to at the end of the year of all the net profit building up.
Okay. And yeah, so you got some other marathon owners there, and
Yeah, now what I like to do is just implement the next steps, and all we have to do is just sign the agreement, and I can have one of these installed in your store next week.
oh, okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and,
And this day right there,
all right. What's today's date?
I believe it's the 24th.
24th.
Yeah.
All right. Thank
All
you very
right.
much.
Thank you, Kyle. I look forward to doing business with you in the future.
Yep, sounds good. Thank you.